All right, let's slip into breaking news that we're getting in. The Prime Minister right now is on a visit to Dantewada, making him the first Prime Minister in 30 years. The last one was Rajiv Gandhi. Narendra Modi, first Prime Minister in 30 years to visit Dantewada, and these are the situation of the roads right now. The roads have been blocked against the Prime Minister's visit. Villages around Dantewada have been told not to go into any function organized for the Prime Minister. Now, these roadblocks by Maoists there, fair bit of pressure on the villagers on not to attend the rally which had taken place about an hour ago. I want to cut across to my colleague Jugal Purohit. He's on the phone line with me. Jugal, can you talk us through this news break? We can see visuals of how roads have been blocked in Chhattisgarh. This is, of course, coming in from Sukma, which is a fair bit away from where the Prime Minister held his rally. But will you talk us through on what you're picking up from ground zero?
Well, you see, Preeti, there's going to be a huge logistical challenge now. What has happened is that over the last 13 to 18 hours, different parts of the Bastar region, which consists of 7 districts, had seen a lot of people coming in through buses, through trucks, through private vehicles into Dantewada for this particular event.
You know, Jugal, would you stay with me? We are getting news break right now, and I just want to know if you can confirm that for us. Initial reports suggest, we're going to try and get a confirmation from the Home Ministry in this as well. Initial reports suggest, Jugal, and it's a huge number. It says 400 BJP workers have been abducted from Sukma. And the Home Ministry has confirmed this. The Chhattisgarh Home Minister, I beg your pardon, has confirmed this. Are you getting in any word on that, Jugal? 400 BJP workers have been abducted from Sukma.
Preeti, there seems to be a lot of confusion and total breakdown of communication, it seems, because on one side, we have the police machinery and the bureaucracy saying that abductions are only of 6 to 7 people. The rest have gone in to plead the Maoists for their release. And on the other side, we have the Minister for Home Department in Chhattisgarh saying that the people who've been abducted are all BJP workers. There seems to be absolute lack of communication and clarity from the side of the Chhattisgarh administration. We've been speaking to the police authorities here in Bastar, in Sukma, and they've gone on record telling us what we've already informed our viewers. This statement from the Home Minister, of course, needs to be taken with a lot of seriousness given his position. But as I said, the police is speaking in a completely different
So the police saying
tone.
something else, the State Home Minister saying something else. But when you look at it, the Central Home Ministry, Jugal, also stating something completely different. They have outrightly denied any of these reports, which are being made by none else but the Chhattisgarh Home Minister.
That's right, Preeti, and I think the situation speaks for itself, just what is the kind of chaos and mismanagement at play, even on such an important day. Different organizations, different heads speaking in different voices altogether. But yes, on the ground, the fact remains that a large number of villagers, perhaps in hundreds, are not there in their village, have gone into the interior areas, are in presence and in vicinity of the Maoists. Whether they are there on have they been forcibly abducted, the police says no. They've gone on their own volition. Their mission, their task is to get the laborers who the Maoists had abducted, 6 of them to be precise, out. Whereas the other side seems to be thinking that all of them have been abducted in one large swoop by the Maoists, which the police is clearly denying.
All right. So right now, the official stand, especially where the Central Home Ministry is stating, is 6 workers who have been abducted. The numbers, and they are phenomenal numbers that are coming in from the state machinery, and the Chhattisgarh Home Minister has actually gone on record to state that 400 BJP workers have been abducted in Sukma. But on ground, the police completely denying it. They are saying that these workers have in fact gone into the interiors only to talk to the Maoists who have abducted those 6 laborers from Sukma who were working on a construction of a bridge. Jugal, that prompts me to my second question. Clearly, this visit of the Prime Minister and what we are seeing around it has taken political color.
That's right, Preeti. In fact, the IGP going on record to say that not just the Maoists but also some political outfits do not want this visit to go as planned. But make no mistake, the Prime Minister coming here, the first Prime Minister to come to Dantewada, the Maoists hit Dantewada. Remember when Rajiv Gandhi came here in 1985, this place was not what it is today, and it was not as much affected as it is today by this insurgency. So the first real prime ministerial visit to Dantewada obviously was not expected to go very, very smoothly. There were hiccups for the last several weeks now. Security personnel from the SPG, from elite forces like the NSG have been seen as being camping out here in an effort to fine-tune and ensure that the visit goes absolutely smoothly. So there was a lot of effort towards that direction. And yes, as we've been reporting, hiccups have been reported since last night, since this morning, and even now, as these villagers, as these officials and the Sarkari machinery as such moves again into those areas from where they had all converged into Dantewada to listen to the Prime Minister.
Jugal, urge you to stay on with me. I'm sorry, I came in there, but we have the Home Minister of Chhattisgarh, Ram Sevak Paikra, who's with us on the phone line. Maybe he can throw some light on these conflicting reports that are coming in. Paikra ji, आप कह रहे हैं कि 400 बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता छत्तीसगढ़ में सुकमा एरिया से अबडक्ट कर चुके हैं, उनकी अगवाई हो चुकी है।
हेलो
पाइकरा जी, आपको हमारी आवाज आ रही है? पाइकरा जी, आपका कहना है कि 400 बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता की अगवाई हो चुकी है माओइस्ट से।
देखिए, जो जानकारी आ रही है अभी, जो यहाँ पर कार्यक्रम में शामिल होने आ रहे थे ग्रामीण जन और कार्यकर्ता, उनमें से 300 लोगों को उतार दिया गया है उनके साधनों से ताकि कार्यक्रम में न पहुंच सके। इस तरह का इन्होंने बहिष्कार किया था कार्यक्रम में जाने का, और इसलिए अगवा किया गया है। ऐसी जानकारी अभी तक आई है और जानकारी की हम पता कर रहे हैं।
आप कह रहे हैं पाइकरा जी कि 400 बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता को इसीलिए अगवा किया गया था क्योंकि वो मोदी जी के कार्यक्रम में ना पहुंच पाए, आप ये कहना चाह रहे हैं?
नहीं, हम कोई कार्यक्रम में शामिल होने के लिए आ रहे थे
जी, और उनको रास्ते में अगवा कर लिया गया।
रास्ते में ही
जी, पर पाइकरा जी, ऐसा क्योंकि हम अभी आईजीपी से बात कर रहे थे और जो पुलिस है, जो प्रशासन है वहां का, वो कह रहे हैं कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं है।
नहीं, अभी जो जानकारी आ रही है कि वो नहीं उतारा गया है और हम कर रहे हैं।
जी, और जो होम मिनिस्ट्री से, जो हमने होम मिनिस्ट्री में बात की है सेंटर में, वो कह रहे हैं कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। जो 300 लोग गए हैं, वो जो 6 लेबरर हैं जिनको अगवा किया गया है सुकमा से, जो ब्रिज पे काम कर रहे थे, उनको छुड़ाने के लिए इंटीरियर्स में गए हैं, वो वापस आ जाएंगे। All right. We've lost the phone line with the Home Minister of Chhattisgarh, Ram Sevak Paikra, but he maintains that 400 BJP workers who were coming to attend the Prime Minister's rally were actually abducted en route. All right, we have the former DG BSF on the phone line, Prakash Singh, with us. Mr. Singh, if you can, throw some light on what we are witnessing right now. Conflicting reports, a complete breakdown in communication, the Chhattisgarh government saying something else, the police in Chhattisgarh saying something else entirely, and the word coming in from the center, the Home Ministry, is entirely different from what the Chhattisgarh government is saying.
Well, I don't have any independent sources of information, but what would have happened is that some villagers wanting to come to attend the rally or the meeting being organized by the Prime Minister, for the Prime Minister, they were probably intercepted or not allowed to proceed. Something like that would have happened. The word abduction, I don't think is the correct word. What would have happened is that they were prevented from attending the PM's rally. And that is nothing unusual. I do not know which village they came from, how much that village was in the interior, what was the distance between.
They were coming from Sukma to Dantewada, sir.
It's a district. You see, Sukma is a geographical area. So they were coming from some village of Sukma and coming to Dantewada area. So maybe it was 100 kilometers away or what, I don't know. It depends on the distance and the location. So, villagers being prevented at some point from attending the PM's rally, I'm not really surprised about it. But I would also like
you would use the word caution with, you'd use the word abduction with a fair bit of caution. You're saying it prevented is a better word to be used than abducted.
Abduction sounds inappropriate. I don't think you can abduct, you can abduct 4 people, 5 people. You can't abduct 300 or 400 people. That doesn't happen. So I would say they were just prevented from attending the rally. And I would also be inclined to believe that once this information was received, I'm sure the nearest unit of the CRP would have proceeded to the place to ensure that there was smooth passage. I think the state government should be asked to come out with the facts. And let us not sensationalize this fact by saying that there was abduction of 400 people.
Right.
I would also be chary about using the word that BJP workers. I would say they were just villagers wanting to attend a rally being organized by the BJP and the state government.
Clearly. Appreciated joining us, Mr. Prakash Singh, simplifying it for our viewers, because right now clearly the story has taken political color. We had spoken to the Chhattisgarh Home Minister. Somebody from that rank as well had gone on to state that 400 BJP workers have been abducted. Like we pointed out there by Mr. Prakash Singh, and even our reporters on ground, that maybe the use of word abduction is not appropriate and maybe prevented is a better word to use here. And also, they could be mere villagers and not BJP workers. We'll keep tracking the story. Going to slip into a quick break. Do stay with us.